Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's News Update. We begin with good news today. After 8 days of fighting, Operation of Pillar of Defense is over. A ceasefire agreement has been brokered by the United States and Egypt, which has been accepted by both sides. U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton held a joint press conference in Cairo with the Egyptian Foreign Minister Mohammed Kamel Amr to announce the ceasefire.
I want to thank President Morsi for his personal leadership to de-escalate the situation in Gaza and end the violence. This is a critical moment for the region. Egypt's new government is assuming the responsibility and leadership that has long made this country a cornerstone of regional stability and peace. The United States welcomes the agreement today for a ceasefire in Gaza. For it to hold, the rocket attacks must end, a broader calm return. The people of this region deserve the chance to live free from fear and violence, and today's agreement is a step in the right direction that we should build on. Now we have to focus on reaching a durable outcome that promotes regional stability and advances the security, dignity, and legitimate aspirations of Palestinians and Israelis alike. President Morsi and I discussed how the United States and Egypt can work together to support the next steps in that process. In the days ahead, the United States will work with partners across the region to consolidate this progress, improve conditions for the people of Gaza, provide security for the people of Israel. Ultimately, every step must move us toward a comprehensive peace for all the people of the region. As I discussed today with President Morsi, as well as Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Abbas, there is no substitute for a just and lasting peace. Now that there is a ceasefire, I am looking forward to working with the Foreign Minister and others to move this process. Thank you very much, Foreign Minister.
The ceasefire took effect at 9 p.m. Wednesday night, Israel time. At a press conference held in Israel at the time of the ceasefire, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that Operation Pillar of Defense had decimated Hamas's terrorist infrastructure. The Prime Minister added that he knew there were those who expected a more intense military action, saying, "We may very well need one, but at this time the correct thing for the State of Israel is to take advantage of this opportunity for a long-lasting truce." Netanyahu went on to say, "As Prime Minister, the responsibility rests upon me, and it is my foremost responsibility to take the correct steps to safeguard our security. That is how I have acted, and that is how I shall continue to act." The Prime Minister thanked U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton for her help in securing the ceasefire agreement, as well as thanking President Obama for his strong support of Israel and for his contribution to the Iron Dome missile defense system, which was a key defense factor in the conflict. And in fact, there are those within Israel who are not pleased with the truce. Several politicians spoke out against it, including opposition leader Shalom, who said the goals of his, meaning Netanyahu's, operation were not reached, and the next round is only a matter of time. Further saying we should not have stopped at this stage, Hamas got stronger and we did not gain deterrence. Some residents of Sderot, Ashkelon, and Kiryat Malachi held demonstrations against the ceasefire, calling for a ground operation. IDF spokesman Yoav Mordechai said that the IDF had received the ceasefire order, saying we remain on standby. Mordechai said, adding that the IDF will hold its fire, quote, unless there is fire against civilians or our forces, in which case we will respond. Mordechai said Operation Pillar of Defense had dealt a, quote, serious blow to Hamas and had increased security for residents of southern Israel. As far as how the ceasefire is actually holding up, air raid sirens sounded in southern Israel shortly after the ceasefire went into effect, with several rockets exploding in the Sha'ar HaNegev Regional Council. According to Israel police, at least 20 rockets were fired into Israel after the ceasefire went into effect. Earlier on Wednesday, a rocket attack in the Eshkol region injured 5 IDF soldiers, and the Times of Israel reported that one of the soldiers, an IDF reserve officer who was critically wounded in the attack, suffered a severe head injury and is currently undergoing surgery at Soroka Medical Center in Beersheba. The ceasefire agreement was met with celebration in the Gaza Strip as residents gathered in the streets there, honking car horns, firing guns into the air, making the victory sign with their fingers, and dancing with Palestinian, Hamas, and Islamic Jihad flags. Islamic Jihad chief Ramadan Shallah said, quote, "The enemy speaks of an exceptional achievement in the Gaza Strip. We simply say that what happened was a decisive and exceptional defeat in the history of the Zionist entity." Shallah added that they would keep to the agreement as long as Israel did. And earlier today, just after 12 noon Israel time, a bus exploded in a terror attack in Tel Aviv, injuring a total of 28 people there. Of the injured, 3 already underwent surgery, 2 remain in moderate condition. Several others suffered light injuries and shock. The bus was near the Kiryat Army compound at the time of the explosion, and it's believed that 1 or more terrorists were on the bus and placed an explosive device under a seat before getting off the bus, causing it to explode moments later. The bus driver, Nachum Herzi, said he did not notice anyone suspicious boarding the bus. There were unconfirmed reports that 1 suspect had been arrested and police were still looking for others who may have been involved. Today's attack was the first on a Tel Aviv bus since 2002. The White House immediately condemned the attack. As Operation Pillar of Defense came to an end today, the IDF released some final numbers in the conflict. The total number of rockets fired from Gaza into Israel since the beginning of the conflict stood at 1,506. The Iron Dome missile defense system scored 421 interceptions with an overall success rate of 84%. 5 Israelis were killed by the rocket fire and 240 injured. 177 Palestinians were killed, of whom approximately 120 were combatants, according to the IDF, and over 900 were injured. The IDF carried out over 1,500 airstrikes against targets in the Gaza Strip, including 19 senior command centers, operational control centers, and Hamas senior rank headquarters, 30 senior operatives damaging Hamas's command and control. Hundreds of underground rocket launchers were destroyed, 140 smuggling tunnels, and 66 terror tunnels. Also, 26 weapon manufacturing and storage facilities, as well as long-range and rocket launchers, were taken out. And that's Shalom TV's news update. Stay tuned for In the News with Mark Golub, where he'll be talking to Issi Liebler in Israel about the truce. I'm Teisha Bader.